Let me ask you something. That last call you took on Microsoft Teams, were you absolutely 100% sure who was on the other end? Today, we're going to dive into a pretty sophisticated new scam that's targeting millions of Teams users. We're going to break down exactly how it works and, maybe more importantly, how you can stop it. So let's just get right to the point. How can you be so sure that the next call you get on Teams, the one that looks like it's from a brand you trust, is actually legit? You know, this isn't some what-if scenario anymore. This is a real threat, and it's happening right now.
All right, so let's get into the nitty-gritty. What is the method behind this threat? Well, attackers are using a technique known as spoof calling, and they're specifically targeting people on this massive platform that so many of us use every single day.
And this right here is the heart of the problem. Scammers are basically weaponizing the trust that we all have in familiar brands. They've figured out that they can move beyond just phishing emails, and they're now calling directly on Teams, which makes their impersonations just alarmingly convincing.
Okay, so we're throwing this term around, brand spoofing. But what does it actually mean? Let's pull back the curtain and really unmask the deception here so we know what we're up against.
At its core, spoof calling is all about deception. These attackers manipulate the caller ID, right? So the call looks like it's coming from a source you trust, maybe your bank, a government agency, or a big tech company. The whole thing is designed to give you a false sense of security from the very first ring.
And here's the playbook, really. It's a simple three-step process. First, they fake the caller ID. That gets you to pick up the phone. Then, once they have you, they leverage that fake identity to build your trust. And the final step? Well, that's the goal, to trick you into giving up sensitive info like your financial details or login credentials. It's simple, but it's brutally effective.
Okay, so we've laid out the problem, and it's a little scary. But here's the good news. Microsoft is fighting back. So let's talk about the new technological shield that they're building to help protect all of us.
And here it is. This is the countermeasure. Microsoft is rolling out a really powerful new feature, and they're calling it Brand Impersonation Protection. It's specifically designed to combat this exact threat. You can think of it as the main automated tool in your defense arsenal.
So how does it actually work? It's pretty smart, actually. The system automatically scans any incoming call from an external number that you haven't talked to before. If it spots a VoIP call that seems potentially malicious, boom, it throws a warning right up on your screen. And this is key. It empowers you to make the choice. You can accept it, you can block it, or you can just end the call. And maybe best of all, it functions totally independently, so it's not going to mess with any of your existing security settings.
Now, it's important to note that this new feature is part of a much bigger security push from Microsoft. This is coming right on the heels of their September 2025 release of tools for protecting against malicious URLs and certain file types. This brand impersonation protection is the next big step. They're planning to start the rollout in mid-March 2026, and it should be fully available to everyone by the end of that month. But, and this is a really critical point, as powerful as this new tech is, it's not a silver bullet. It's not going to solve everything. Our true first line of defense, well, that goes beyond the software. It's us. It's the human element.
You know, this quote just says it all. New security features? They're always a welcome addition, absolutely, but relying on them alone is a really dangerous mistake. The human element is still the most critical, and honestly, it's often the most vulnerable link in the entire security chain. So, what's the game plan? What can you actually do? Here are two fundamental rules for you and your team. First, if you don't recognize the caller, just don't answer. It's really that simple. Second, and this one is absolutely non-negotiable, never ever disclose sensitive information on an unexpected call. We're talking social security numbers, bank details, passwords, even things like security question answers. And all of this really brings us to the big picture. The ultimate solution isn't just about the software, and it isn't just about training people. It's about combining the two to create a truly vigilant culture of security.
Think of it like a partnership. On one side, you've got technology's role, doing the automated scans, flagging the sketchy calls, blocking dangerous files. But on the other side, and this is just as important, is our role. That means employee training, proactive vigilance, and just a healthy dose of skepticism. Neither one is fully effective without the other.
And that's really the ultimate takeaway here. Your strongest defense isn't just a piece of software or a smart person. It's the powerful combination of having advanced security tools working hand in hand with a team that is well-trained, aware, and vigilant.
So I'll just leave you with this final question to think about. When that spoofed call inevitably comes through, what is your organization's greatest asset in that critical moment? Is it the software running in the background, or is it the person who picks up the phone? Thanks for joining me.